Hi friends, it's me again, Raindrop. Today's talk is on mudita, which is joy. So starting first by giving thanks to the earth, feeling the support of our bodies here in your chair or on your floor, in your bed, on the couch, feeling the contact of this solid body beneath us. Thank you to all who have cared for this land and for all the beings who continue to cultivate and bring life forth. Thank you to these senses that give us contact with the real world, our touch, sensation, eyes, minds. The Brahma Viharas are the Buddha's instructions on 4 qualities in which we can reside at all times to contact with compassion, joy, love, and acceptance of our world, no matter where we are, the conditions that we face. It's not to say that we skip or ignore the conditions of the world, but that we find safe passage through whatever we encounter. We cultivate these factors because they give us a place to rest our minds and our hearts and attention when we're in difficult parts of our path. Helps us to notice the places that our hearts are blocked. And when we encounter difficulty that's too difficult to bear, we can turn to these heavenly abodes, safe places for support and guidance, back to love. And they can help us orient towards freedom, which is the antidote to fear and hatred that are part of this dominant culture we live in. The 4 Brahma Viharas function together. Metta, loving kindness, is a wish for loving kindness and well-being for all beings, including yourself. Karuna is compassion that can be cultivated with the wish for loving kindness for all beings when you encounter pain in those beings. Mudita is joy that can be cultivated when loving kindness encounters happiness. And upekkha is equanimity, a balancing factor that brings sustainability to the presence of compassion, love, and joy. This talk focuses on mudita, which is the Pali word for joy or sympathetic joy. So we cultivate this feeling of authentic joy in a particular guided practice, and we can borrow that and use it in our daily lives as well. But for the focus of this talk, we're cultivating this source of joy, authentic joy for the happiness and success of other beings, because it can help us with our own jealousy and feelings of inadequacy. It can help counteract emotions like fear and anger, resentment, selfishness, and greed, which are all emotions that lead to our suffering and acting out in the world. Greed, selfishness, anger, resentment, fear, these feelings can be huge in us, and that's okay. It's not about getting rid of feelings. There's a reason that we are the way we are, and that's not a defect or deficit. There are causes and conditions for our current and present state, and we're always deserving of respect and love. Through the practice of cultivating this sympathetic joy, we can lessen our envy. Envy has a very unpleasant feeling tone, and it forgets there's impermanence. Things don't last. Envy also doesn't promote interconnectedness. When I'm envying somebody else, I'm at odds with them. I feel either above or below them. Envy reinforces this construction of a self that's separate from others. This quality of no self, anatta, can be explored here. Envy also creates a sense of permanence or rigidity on the current reality, and it forgets impermanence, anicca, that things are always changing. The dominant culture I'm coming from in the US is very competitive, and there are lots of feelings of fear and scarcity that run our daily lives. I think about driving on the road. Sometimes I can borrow a car and take a trip, drive around town. And I'm learning to drive slower and less competitively because I'm growing up and I'm getting wiser. I used to be a zoomy driver, and I'm working on just going the pace of life. So sometimes I practice mudita in the car when I'm driving because it helps me relax my body and slow down and arrive safely. So when people zoom in front of me, I'm attempting to practice the phrase, a classic mudita phrase, I'm happy, you're happy. I'm happy you can have what you want. That's like working with my feelings of competitiveness that lead to road rage. When someone just zooms in front of me, quote unquote, cuts me off, I can actually just slow down and say, I give you that space. So that's also a practice of generosity. Some cultures are not so competitive or road ragey. And being in those cultures, like my family's from Taiwan, and when I've been there, everybody's kind of working together. There's a different experience on the road. And that's sort of where I got this practice of mudita. Like, we're all working together. I'm happy you can go fast, helps me go fast too. Now, that's not quite exactly mudita right there. If it's like, I'm happy, you're happy, and I get happiness. I get what I want too. That's sort of like close to mudita. Mudita is like more of a pure, like, you're getting what you want, and that's like good for you. Another place where I could practice mudita is around like retirement culture. Everyone has different relationship to wealth and access to wealth. And for me, I'm not investing in the stock market as a retirement plan. And when my friends and family hear that, sometimes they really want to steer me towards a traditional retirement plan. And it can really trigger feelings of insecurity and fear for the future. I start to doubt the path that I'm on and bring judgment towards my past and present decisions, and resentment for the system I live in. I feel envy, like, why do other people have this, actually jealousy, that I should get it too. But at the end of the day, I know we all want to be happy. I know we all want to be safe, and I know we all want to be well. And we don't have to agree on the same method to arrive at the same location. Same with the driving culture. It's like we all want to get where we want to go. We want to get there safely. We want to get there expeditiously. I think that's the right word. And so, like, we don't all have to agree on the same method. We all want the same thing here. So turning towards mudita, I can appreciate that my loved ones are taking a path that brings them ease and happiness. And it doesn't take anything away from what I have faith in. And that we all want to be well, happy, and peaceful. So in a little moment, we're going to practice with cultivating this capacity for feeling spontaneous joy and happiness for others' good fortune. The more we cultivate it, the happier we are. It reduces self-centeredness and selfishness because we can delight in the good fortune and happiness of others in the moment. Life is already unfolding as it is. So in this moment, things are as they are. And cultivating a genuine joy for someone else's good fortune, just as it is right now without comparison, that's where happiness, my own happiness, resides too. Sometimes, when we start to cultivate this sympathetic joy or joy for someone else's happiness, it can actually reveal places where we feel really opposite, reveal places where we are attached or wanting to control our experience, where we have self-judgment. And that's actually just information. So if you're doing the mudita practice and you start to feel a lot of like discomfort or envy or jealousy, that's just information. We're revealing the places where greed and hatred live within us. And in those instances where mudita, or that joy, is just out of reach, that's no problem at all. We can turn towards compassion, loving kindness for ourselves and where we are here and now. And when you feel ready, you can gently begin to extend that loving kindness and compassion towards others, starting with the beings that we already love, slowly extending outwards to strangers, and eventually beings that we have less warm feelings towards. So in the mindfulness practice and cultivating the Brahma Viharas, there's no point at which we want to force or get rid of a certain feeling. So if jealousy shows up or fear shows up, we can turn towards that feeling and sit with it and notice what it feels like in the body, pleasant or unpleasant. And we can bring the intention to care, this mindful quality, towards that sensation experience. So if mudita, feeling joy, isn't accessible right now, I want to give you an out. Like I said, most of all, don't fake it. And it's always okay to return to the loving kindness phrases, metta phrases. Those phrases include, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful. May I be well, may I be happy, and may I be peaceful. Even in a sympathetic joy mudita practice, we practice a wish for well-being for ourselves and all beings. So if cultivating mudita is causing you pain or suffering, return to the wish for your own well-being, or the well-being of a very close, easy to love creature or person. During the guided meditation, the mudita practice, you can use the words that I share as a support or guide. And if the words aren't resonating with you, it's no problem. You can use your own words. And more important than the words, or next to the words, it's like cultivating the feeling in the body. Like, what does a joyful feeling for someone else's happiness feel like in this body? More than the words. Working with the feeling in the body. So, arriving in the body again, feeling the presence of the earth supporting us, this ever-present body, huge planet underneath us, this place where we reside, where countless beings have been before us, caring for the earth, caring for the beings on it, the plants, the insects, the animals, the elements, the water and the land. Experiencing all the beings who have come before us, our ancestors, related by blood, related by kinship, experiencing the interconnectedness of all life. Maybe noting the breath moving through the body, this atmosphere, air, space around us, flowing through our breath. Bringing the outside to the inside and the inside out. Beautiful oxygen supporting our life. Lungs breathing. Not making any particular breath happen, just allowing what's there. And when you feel ready to bring forward image of a loved one, someone who is close to you that you feel easy to love. And imagine somebody who has been recently happy or received good fortune or news. Can be animal or human animal. Can be someone you know who's received a treat and you notice their happiness. Someone whose good fortune doesn't benefit you in any direct way, just that you can perceive that they're happy. And picturing this being cultivating the feeling of the body to say, I'm happy for you. May your happiness and good fortune continue. May your joy grow and flourish. May your joy continue to grow. I'm happy that you're happy. May you continue to be happy and well. Continuing to focus on this easy to love person and practicing the phrases, the feeling towards them, the feeling in us of our happiness for their good fortune. I'm happy for you. May your happiness and good fortune continue. And may your joy grow and flourish. I'm happy that you're happy. May you continue to be happy and well. Expanding that out to someone who's supported you, a teacher or parent or family member or benefactor. Cultivating the feeling in the body as you offer the following phrases towards this being. I'm happy for you. May your happiness and good fortune continue. And may your joy grow and flourish. May your joy continue to grow. To this being who's looked out for me, benefited my life in some way, my wish for you, may you continue to be happy and well. I'm happy you're happy. And again, if it's uncovering or revealing other feelings, it's no problem to hold that feeling gently, care for that feeling that arises. No need to force anything. Always okay to come back to love and kindness towards yourself with whatever's arising. And if you'd like to continue the practice, next we'll do a difficult person. Focus on a difficult person. And if the heart's not there and you want to stay with a loved one, easy to love being, no problem to stay there. If you want to continue with the difficult person, visualizing someone who's difficult on a scale of 10, maybe like a 5 or 6. Not choosing the most difficult person or persons. Just choosing somebody who has a little bit of difference or contrast from you. Again, just focusing on the capacity for happiness, that this difficult person might feel happiness sometimes. And see if you'd like to offer the phrase, I'm happy for you that you're happy. I'm happy for you. May your happiness and good fortune continue. May your joy continue to grow and flourish. I'm happy that you're happy. May I be happy that you're happy. May you continue to be happy and well. Again, feeling the expression of joy for someone else's happiness in our body. Imagining that others might be happy too, or have a genuine wish for happiness. Expanding the circle wider to all beings everywhere. Imagining the interconnectedness of all beings. And again, offering the phrases, I'm happy for you. May I be happy for you. May your happiness and good fortune continue. And may your joy grow and flourish. May your joy continue to grow. Continuing to extend to all beings everywhere. The feeling, I'm happy that you're happy. May you continue to be happy and well. Drawing from this sensation, experience in the body of joy for others, this field of mudita we're cultivating, and extending it to ourselves, these bodies that support us and guide us through life. May my own happiness and good fortune continue. May my joy continue to grow. May I be happy and know the causes of my happiness. May I be happy and know the causes of my happiness. May I continue to be happy and well. And appreciating our practice, this effort, wise effort to cultivate joy, wise effort to cultivate sympathetic, generous joy for others' joy. Thank you to my senses for allowing me to perceive reality just as it is, this ever-changing, ever-flowing life of which I'm a part. Thank you to the space that I'm in. Offers just enough safety for me to be and to connect with this beautiful Sangha and community that has a genuine, sincere desire for happiness. Thank you for the willingness that lives inside of me. May it continue to grow and expand and guide me towards wisdom. May this willingness continue to guide me towards generosity and compassion for all beings, including myself. Thank you to all the beings today and in the past who have cared for this land, cared for this space, so that I might practice today, cultivating this genuine, sincere desire to love and care for all beings. May our efforts be for the benefit of all beings everywhere. May all beings be free from violence, war, and genocide, free from starvation, free to move and be. May all beings be safe and protected from harm. May all beings be fed and loved, clothed and sheltered. May all beings be free to be with their loved ones and the ones whom they love. May all beings be free from suffering, and may all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Thank you for your practice.